Welcome to Maono Prayer Center, where petitions to the courtrooms of heaven are filed.
Hello, wherever you are. Today I've got a very interesting subject for you. And this is about how we deal with our friends who are in need. Why do people no longer want to be told, I'll pray for you, whenever they're in dire need? Why do people no longer want to be told, brother, sister, I'll pray for you? What does the narrative, according to you, what does the narrative, this 5-word narrative, I'll pray for you, mean to you? What does it mean to you? Does it mean anything to you? When I was in primary school, my headmaster gave me some forms to take to my dad to fill and then return them the following day. But on my way home, I went to my own errands, playing around with other boys along the road. And then in the course of playing, the rainfall came. Where I put those forms, I forgot. I ran home without the forms. It never occurred to me that I was given those forms until the headmaster asked for them the following day. That's when I looked at the ceiling. I had no answer for him. That was not the first day that I was given information for that I could not be able to deliver. I was given some parcels sometimes again, which I don't know what happened, they got lost. I was given verbal reports to my dad, I could not deliver. I was that bad. What does the narrative, I'll pray for you, mean to you? What does it mean to you? The narrative, I'll pray for you, is a promise, my brother, my sister. It is a promise and a commitment that you make in the spiritual, because it's involving God. It is a promise and a commitment you make in the spiritual involving 3 people. 1 is God Almighty. 2, it is yourself as a messenger, taking that message to him that you want to pray to God. Number 3, it involves the needy person, the needy case, your friend. Now, what does the Bible say about making promises? Telling somebody, oh, my brother, I'll do 1, 2, 3 for you. Come tomorrow, I'll do 1, 2, 3 for you. What does the Bible say about that? In Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 2, the Bible says, do not make rash promises and don't be hasty bringing matters before God. If you know you're not sure that you're going to deliver, do not make rash promises which you are not going to fulfill. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 2. How about Deuteronomy 23, verse 23? The Bible says, whatever your lips utter, you must be sure that you do. Whatever you say by your lips, by your mouth, you must make sure that you fulfill it. Deuteronomy 23, 23. I'll pray for you. This is a very, very, very common narrative among us Christians. You know that, yeah? Which is misused, abused, and carelessly, thrown around. Oh, brother, oh, I'm sorry, I'll pray for you. Of which you don't pray or you pray. We are going to see that. Now, the narrative, my brother, I'll pray for you, was meant to show some empathy. Originally, this narrative, I'll pray for you, was meant to show some empathy for someone who is in need, that I'm going to pray for you, my brother. Originally, that's what it was meant for. But these days, it is being used as an escape from the person who is in need or from the person who needs help. You quickly say, hey, brother, we shall pray for you. Then you go. You use it as an escape to leave from the need zone. Yeah? And they leave that person thinking that you want to pray for him. Let me give you an example. A family friend of yours, your family friend who has children, young children, lost a job a couple months ago, writes you a text, tell you, brother Mukua, I'm in a fix. My children have been evicted from the house. I'm out in the rain with them. Please remember me in prayers. My house has been locked. My children and my belongings are outside in the rain. I don't know what to do, where to go. Please remember me in your prayers. Then you quickly respond, oh, my brother, I'm sorry to hear all that. I will remember to pray for you. Please count on my prayers. That's what we normally say. Always remember me in your prayers. The moment you utter the phrase, I will pray for you, wherever you utter the phrase, that narrative, that 5-word narrative, I'll pray for you. 5 options are available for you. Let us explore them one by one, what they are. The first option is you forget all about it. You will forget about what you have talked about, okay? Let you say, okay, I'll pray for you. The first option is you'll forget about it if you don't have a burden on him. No, you just, okay, fine. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'll pray for you. That if you don't have a burden for this guy, you not pray, you forget about it. Then at the end of the day, brother, you do not deliver that message to God. And the moment you utter, let me tell you, the moment you utter, I'll pray for you. In the heavenlies, God is waiting for that intercession. He's saying, hey, Robinson is bringing me a message from so and so for my execution. Yeah? He's waiting for that message to intercede, to report the matter to him in order for him to execute, to answer. But if you forget, because you didn't have a burden for that guy, you forget all about it, you go and run your errands, you mind your own business. Yeah, you forget. Now, at the end of the day, you don't deliver that parcel. You don't deliver it. You either put it in the pocket or in your drawer, or you misplace it like I did myself. That's option number one, that you forget about it, and by extension, you don't deliver that to God. Option number two, you remember to pray if at all you have a burden for that guy. And if you believe in the power of prayer, you remember to pray. That's very good of you. Then God will do what he would want to do. For those who do that, for those who remember to pray, congratulations. Option number two. Option number three. Number three, because you are so much of a Christian, and you feel like you want to pray, but you don't really have a burden for the guy. So what do? You mumble a casual 1-minute prayer. The word is mumble. 1-word prayer. 1 minute. Casual 1-minute prayer, which means nothing. Just to satisfy yourself that you prayed. But you didn't put all your intellect there. The intimacy was not there. You didn't mean nothing, but you just want, hey, God, remember so and so. Just casually like that. You mumble, you know, you don't really mean to pray, but you start, anyway, you pray just to satisfy yourself that you prayed. That's option number three. Number four, you care to remember to follow up, to find out whether the situation had improved or not. If you found that guy outside, maybe you helped him, you prayed for, if you really meant good for him, it is good that you follow up and find out whether the position is still that bad or it has improved, if you mean well for him. That's an option. Going back, like the Good Samaritan did, going back, yeah, the following morning or some days, or just a text, find out, hey, my brother, what's the position now? You don't say you want to pray and then you go, you don't say nothing to the guy to find out what the problem is still intact or not. So you remember to pray, to follow up, to find out the situation, how it is. Has it improved or it is even worsening? The last option, number 5, you do whatever you want to do, but you don't remember to follow up. Kapsa, completely. You go and pray or you don't pray, but you don't even follow up. You don't even care what happened with the guy. You just go and you go. You can pray, yes, but you forget all about him. Those are the 5 options that whenever you say, I'll pray for you, you have got 5 available options. Now, let me give you a test, a very simple test, self-marking test, very simple one. Each question has got 25 marks, 25 marks. Question number 1, how many I'll pray for you messages destined to God are in your pocket right now, even as I talk to you? How many that you never delivered? How many? I'm asking you, how many I will pray for you messages which were destined to God are in your pocket right now, even as I talk to you? The messages which were never delivered. How many? Question number 2, how often do you mumble, I'll pray for you, just to satisfy yourself that you have prayed? How many times do you mumble a prayer? Yeah, when you say, I'll pray for you, brother, then you go just mumble half minutes, which is a prayer which you don't mean it. You just mumble half a minute, even 30 seconds. You finish, just to satisfy your own self that you have prayed. How many such prayers do you make? Have you ever made any? Or you are fond of making such ones, mumbling? 25 marks. Question number 3. Now, if at all you had a burden to pray, if somebody tells you, brother, I'm in a fix, that guy was thrown out because of non-payment of rent. Now, let me ask you a question this. If at all you had a burden to pray for that needy person, do you normally care to follow up, find out whether the situation has improved or not? I'm asking you, once you have told somebody, I'll pray for you, once you have told somebody that I'll pray for you, do you normally go back to find out whether the situation has improved or not? If not, put 0. You have to be like the Good Samaritan. You go back the following day or thereafter, or make a call, find out the position obtaining. Question number 4. Now, my brother, my sister, do you think you are genuine with your commitment to intercede for the needy person? Do you think when you say, I'll pray for you, are you being genuine that you are really going to pray and communicate and deliver that message to the Almighty Father? Are you being genuine when you tell me that you want to pray for me when I'm in a problem? Or you're just saying that for the sake of saying as an exit strategy to disappear from the scene of action. So whenever you act like that, whenever you say I'll pray for you, make sure you are not running away from responsibility or taking action or helping your friend. Make sure you're not doing that. Otherwise, don't utter those words, I'll pray for you. Now, the case scenario is, let me tell you now a case scenario. Now, I'm locked outside with my children now. Let me go back that case. I'm locked out with my children because of rent arrears. Yeah. My children, some of them don't know what is happening. They are in the rain. Rain is raining on them. Some of them don't understand what's happening. And because of this, I text you, Robinson, I ask you for your prayers. This is my situation. Yeah, and then you reply back. I'll pray for you. Or you come around, you see my predicament, and then you say, I'll pray for you. Then you walk away. Do you know what? I'll pray for you. That praise is a runaway excuse not to help me because of 2 reasons. Because if you come and find me in a mess, then you tell me, I'll pray for you, then disappear from the scene without doing anything. Do you know what? That I'll pray for you, I'll take it as a runaway excuse from me not to help me. You know why? 2 reasons. The first reason is this. If it is a prayer, my friend, if it's a prayer I want to make to God, I can also pray, or I've already prayed, especially when I saw this predicament come. I've prayed, not once, not twice, but many times. If it is a prayer you are telling me that you are going to pray for me, I have prayed. I have even cried. Cried. But to tell me that you are going to pray for me, then you just go and leave me in the dark, in the rain. To me, it does not make sense. Reason number 2, the God that you are going to pray to, my friend, the God you are telling me you want to pray to is a spirit who will still look for someone like you, who is willing and available to be used of him to come and help me out of this mess. That is the God you are going to pray to. He doesn't have any money. He doesn't have any physical help he can afford. He uses you if you are willing. So to tell me that you are going to pray to him does not add up, especially in this scenario in which I am. My children are outside. They have not eaten. They're in the rain. They don't know where to sleep. Instead of taking me home, yeah, and they put me in one of the rooms, you tell me I'll pray for you. Then you go. So why can't you help me now if you are able? Why can't you help me now if you are able? Don't tell me you pray for me when my children are in the darkness, when my children have not eaten since morning. I'll pray for you. I will pray for you. That narrative, that 5-word narrative is not good to use for, especially for people who are in desperate need. Do something, the action first, then you pray for him, for her later on. When I'm hurting, brothers and sisters, whenever I'm hurting, I want relief, and I want it immediately, like yesterday. Yes, prayers are necessary, but prayers alone, my friends, are not enough. Remember when the Good Samaritan came across that guy He didn't pray for him and went. No, he did something. Why can't you do it to me before you go? Pray for me. That you'll pray for me. Count on my prayers. That expression from today, in my own view, should not be used to people who are in agony, people who are hurting, people who are desperate. Don't use that expression to that person before you do something about it. You don't even have to tell him that you want to pray for him. No, show him that you care about him. So don't tell me I want to pray. When I tell you I need prayers, that does not mean that you come and pray for me. You come and help me out. I pray for you. I pray for you. Remember, I remember to pray for you. Count me in your prayers. Really? When my children are in the rain, my house is locked, and you can't do something substantial other than offering prayers only? A caution. Let me take a cautionary statement here. These prayers, we talk about prayers so much, so much. Let me tell you one thing about prayers and the people and the Christians. Not everyone, including you as a Christian, not everyone, including you, Christian, prays or even believes in the power of prayer. Not everyone. Some of us go to church, we are prayed for, we don't pray, we come back. In our houses, we don't pray, we wait for another Sunday or on Saturday, we go. We don't pray. We don't even believe in the power of prayer, so we don't have that faith. So if you meet me, Davadali, I beseech you, try to help me, even if it is 200 shillings in the pocket, $20, just give me and tell me, Robinson, at the moment, surely I don't have anything with me, but this 200 shillings, can you use to buy milk for the children? Then maybe tomorrow I'll come and see whether the situation has improved. Something like that. At least do something, but don't tell me that you want to pray for me. Something I can do myself, or I'm already done. In any case, the person you want to pray to is not coming, is not a person who is coming physically, no, to come and assist me. It doesn't have dollars, it doesn't have Kenya shillings, it doesn't have a kwacha, it doesn't have a rupee, it doesn't have nothing. It's a spirit. He looks for somebody like you to help mankind. You can ask me, Robinson, now, what then are you supposed to do when you meet a needy case, a needy friend who asks you for prayers? Let me make a blanket statement here before I continue. Whenever anybody, listen and listen carefully. Whenever anybody asks you for prayers, he needs help. If it is money, look how you can look for something small and give him, not prayers. When he tells you, I don't know what I'm going to do, I need prayers. No, he needs something which is dire need of. Not prayers. Prayers comes as an icing to the cake. Help first, then pray, and continue praying. If you meet me in a problem, I tell you, hey, this is my situation. I need to be assisted. I need prayers. In the least sense, he needs something to get him out of that. Prayers alone are not enough. So what you do now, if you don't have anything to give my brother, my sister, what do you do? If you don't have anything to give him or her, what do you do? If you don't have anything to give, you remain non-committal. You don't commit yourself. If you know you are not going to pray, but at least give him words of comfort, yeah? and move on. Give him some good words of comfort, and move, because you don't have nothing to give. Yeah? And if you are not a praying person, don't commit yourself. Yeah? Be non-committal. If you know you are not going to deliver that person to God, be non-committal and give him, pray for him there and then. Yeah? Pray for him there and then, and give him some words of hope, some comfort, and move on. That's when you don't have nothing, but pray, be non-committal, move on. Don't tell him that you want to deliver the passage to God. No, if you are not sure. Now, that should not end there. The next step is, in the spirit of a good Samaritan. Hello? In the spirit of good Samaritan, please make sure to follow up and check whether the position has changed. You can text tomorrow, you can call, you can come physically, whatever is convenient to you. But you must make a follow-up if you really mean well. You must make a follow-up and find out what has happened. You don't have to say, do whatever you want and then you go and disappear unless, I don't know. You have to be responsible and call, find out what happened, what's the position. Yeah. Number two, what can you do? If you are busy, you are a busy person, very busy, or like let's take, for example, like a pastor who gets so many such requests per day, that you don't know what to do. You can be overwhelmed by so many pray for me requests. What are you supposed to do? This is a tip for you pastors who are busy. What you do, you look for a chota. Whenever anybody calls you, whenever anybody confronts you, that pray for me, I have this and this problem, put it in a chota. That's during the day. Then at the night before you sleep, you fall up, you pray, you intercede. Don't be like Robinson, who just forgot. Oh, I was supposed to pray for some. No, put in a chota. You are a man of many people. Pray and put in a chota. Say, Robinson, daughter in hospital. Jane, school fees. Like that. Any, you write down the name and telephone number, and then text the following morning, call in the following morning, reach personally the following morning, or the time when you think it is appropriate to you. Follow up. In the spirit of good Samaritan, follow up. Please make sure that you follow and check whether the position has changed or not. It will defeat the purpose to go and pray for me, my brother, my sister, if you don't follow up to find out what the position of pertaining. Then what are you then praying for? You should know when to pray and when to give thanks, when to supplicate and when to intercede and when to give thanks. You have to know whether the Lord has answered. So you have to follow up. Yeah, follow up, always follow up. Number three, if you are like a sonko, you have the money or something little to give, then please meet his physical needs. Give the money, give the food, or give shelter, give whatever you have. Pray for him and then move on. Yeah, but Also, in the spirit of Good Samaritan, please make sure that you follow up to check whether the position has changed or not. Always follow up, follow up, follow up. Now, whatever you do and move on, I want you to bear in mind, that God needs a vessel of honor like you. As you go to pray, bear in mind that the God you're going to pray, he needs a vessel of honor like you, who is willing and available to use to help mankind. That one should be here always. Whenever you utter that word, I'll pray for you, and move. That one should ring in your head, that God is looking for a person like you to use to help mankind. Like God, I repeat again, God is a spirit. Yeah. And that's why he's always asking, and he's still asking even now in Isaiah chapter 6, verse 8. He's asking, whom shall I send? There is somebody stuck down there. Someone has been locked out of his home. Whom can I send? There is somebody who has been prevented from coming out of the hospital because of medical bill. Whom can I send? There is an orphan down there who has missed to go to school because of school fees. God's asking, whom can I send? Isaiah chapter 6, verse 8. Whom shall I send? John, James, would you say, here I am, God, send me? Or you are going to say, I pray for you, count on my prayers, when you are in a position to give something. Brothers and sisters, in matters involving God and the needy people, please do not make rash promises or bring the matters to God. Address them right there on the spot first. If you are able, you don't have to meet the need 100%, but give something as a case of mercy, of empathy. Before you move on, give something small. In many churches today, there's a lot of needy cases, Remember, pastor, people come to you in desperate need, in dire need. They come and tell you, pastor, my child is in hospital. I don't know, they need 1,000 shillings and I was so much. Yeah, what does the pastor say? Oh, brother, sister, come, kneel down, can pray for you. The pastor shamelessly lays hands on that old mama so that God opens avenues or does a miracle to give that 1,000. And in the bank, there is money. There is money this mama brings as tithes and offering. But you are telling her, kneel down, I pray for you, so that God does a miracle. A miracle? Are you really being genuine? I'll pray for you. I will pray for you. Prayers are necessary, but in themselves, they are not enough. Brothers and sisters, we can't help everybody. That is for sure. We can't help everybody, but everyone can at least help someone somewhere. I repeat that sentence. We cannot be able to help everyone in this needy world, but everyone can at least help someone somewhere. You are blessed. You are blessed to become a blessing. You are blessed, my brother, my sister, to be a blessing to others. Service to humanity is service to God. May God bless you even as you purpose to bless others. Shalom.
Thank you so much for listening to us. We are extremely grateful. This message was brought to you courtesy of Maono Prayer Center. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Shalom.